Hello everyone, welcome to this session on power electronics, and today we will be continuing from where we left off in the last lecture, and we will be continuing the syllabus of AC and DC drive. So my friend, if you are coming to this channel for the first time, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, make sure you share this video among all your friends in Telegram, WhatsApp and every Facebook group possible. So we are providing the entire power electronics course free of cost, and we have covered almost the entire GATE syllabus already, and now we are covering the topics that are required for ESE. And my friend, I am Ankit Goel. I got AIA 1 in GATE 2014 and 2018, and I mainly deal with the core subjects of electrical, that is machine, power system and power electronics. So if you want to learn from me live on an academy platform where the courses are more personalized, where there is more interaction with the teacher, then you have to use this coupon code Ankit KR10. By using this coupon code, you are supporting me on an academy platform, as well as you get 10% discount. So what are the benefits of an academy subscription? We have daily live classes in the morning and the evening. We have crash courses for different exams like ISRO, BARC, NLC, IPIT. We have rank improvement batch starting in the mid of June. We have English as well as Hindi classes running separately. We have doubt clearing session after every 3 classes, and we have weekly quizzes, okay, in which you can judge your level of preparation against any other aspirant. Now we have the best batch courses running. Like this batch course was run by me and Vishal sir, in which we completed machines and maths, and this batch course was run by Negi sir and Prakash sir for mechanical, as well as other top educators are also dealing with their courses on Unacademy, like civil branch, electrical, EC, CS. Every branch is being covered on Unacademy, and a new batch has been launched very recently for general studies in ESE. And guys, you can join that batch, and if you want to join that batch, you can message me on Facebook and Instagram. I am always available for you guys. My Facebook and Instagram handle is SSGIIT. So don't hesitate, message me right away and I'll take care of all your queries. And this is the pattern of an Unacademy lecture, in which you can see the educator, you can see the content that they are providing, and you can chat with them live. So this is the best place to study, because you get the facilities which you are not going to even get in an offline classroom. As well as you can post a doubt in the form of a pic, and your educator can answer that question live. So now no need to go to any other place for asking your doubts. You can solve it live. And when we are solving questions in the class, you get a ranking based on the number of questions that you have attempted correctly and the time that you have taken to solve such questions. So let us first visit whatever we have done yesterday. So yesterday I introduced to you the concept of drives, okay? So yesterday we had introduction of drives, right? In that I started with the DC drive using rectifiers. And in this, what we said is, we first saw single phase DC drive, in which we saw single phase half wave DC drive, single phase full wave DC drive, and single phase semi converter. Then we saw 3-phase DC drive, 3-phase half wave, 3-phase full wave, and 3-phase semi converter. And today we will see how you can run a DC motor using a chopper, and then we'll see some part of the AC drive as well. So let us get started right away. So my friend, the first thing that I am going to tell you is about chopper drive. Okay, chopper drive. So in this chopper drive, what happens basically, it is used in battery driven vehicles, because in that you need to control the speed of the motor and the source is a DC battery. To control the speed of the motor, you will vary the terminal voltage, and that terminal voltage from a DC battery can be varied by the help of a chopper. Okay, it can be varied by the chopper. So the first control that we see is power control or motoring control. Power control or motoring control. So when we talk about the motoring mode in a motor, then we talk about basically the first quadrant operation of a motor. So in this scheme, for first quadrant operation, we make use of the type A chopper. We make use of type A chopper. So in type A chopper, what happens? The terminal voltage, or you can say average motor voltage, V0 equal to Vt, is Vs into alpha, where alpha is the duty cycle. Alpha is the duty cycle. Now power delivered to motor is what? It is power equal to V0 into Ia, okay, which is alpha Vs into Ia. Now what is average supply current? Average source current, as I have told in chopper multiple times, you can find using power conservation, which means Vs into Is is alpha Vs into Ia, which means Is will be equal to alpha into Ia. Okay, I have told you how to find various parameters in a chopper, and my friend, don't get confused by type A chopper. Type A chopper is nothing but your buck converter. It is your buck converter. Okay. So now my friend, the terminal voltage that we have derived will be by KVL. Now I am applying the KVL of a motor. It is alpha Vs, so it is EMF plus Ia into Ra. EMF into Ia into Ra. So now EMF is nothing but Km phi omega. So you can say omega will be alpha Vs minus IaRa by Km phi. That is the speed at which motor will run. So as I have told you in the last lecture as well, most of the times the questions that come from drives have more to do with machines than power electronics. We just have to remember the basic formula for the power electronics. Like you can also remember that in a type A chopper, I told you about the maximum and the minimum current. So I max was, if you remember, I named it as the step down chopper. Okay. This was the chopper maximum current. Okay. So these are the values of Imax and Imin when we talk about a type A chopper. So that is how you have to remember the expressions in power electronics, and these expressions will then be combined with the concepts of electrical machine to form a question of drives. Okay. So now guys, the other mode that we are going to talk about is regenerative braking control. Now for regenerative braking control, what we are going to do is, we are going to operate the motor as a generator. Okay, if you have studied machines, then you know motor is made to operate. Motor is made to operate as a generator. So the stored kinetic energy of motor is delivered as electrical energy. It is delivered as your electrical energy, right? So in this case, what we are going to do is we are going to use a type B chopper. We are going to use a type B chopper. And as I have told you already, it is reverse of boost converter. It is the opposite of the boost converter when we talk about the type B chopper. So now guys, what happens? What happens in this case? So when chopper is on, the voltage across the motor will become 0. Chopper means the switch and nothing else. So when the switch is on, it will short circuit the motor. And the V0 will be 0. V0 will be 0. So how to operate the motor as a generator? If motor rotates at such a speed that EMF is greater than Vs, IA reverses. When EA is greater than Vs, IA reverses and motor starts to deliver electrical energy. Motor starts to deliver electrical energy. Okay. So now let us analyze this. So what I have said is, when chopper is on, V0 will be 0. This chopper is on from what time? From 0 to dt. Okay. And diode is on. Then V0 will be Vs from dt up to t. Just like a simple chopper that we used to study. So V0 average will be Vs one minus d. V0 will be Vs 1 minus d. Now what is the power generated by the motor? It is V0 into IA. And guys, if you remember, the expression for boost converter was Vs upon 1 minus d. The type B chopper is just the reverse of a boost converter, and that is why it is coming Vs into 1 minus d. Now motor EMF, since current has been reversed or the motor is working as a generator, EA will be V0 plus IA RA. Okay, V0 plus IA RA. Now if I ask you the resistance seen by EMF EA, what is the resistance seen by it? It is EA by IA, that is V0 by IA plus RA, or you can say Vs 1 minus alpha by IA plus RA. This much is the resistance that is being seen by the EMF source, or you can say the armature. Now how can you tell about motor speed during braking? Motor speed during regenerative braking. And guys, if you haven't studied DC motor, then before studying this drives, you need to have a knowledge of power electronic converters as well as machines. So the speed can be written as EMF by K phi. EMF is Vs1 minus alpha, that is V naught, plus IARA by K phi. That is your speed of the motor. That is your speed of the motor. Now when chopper is on from 0 to dt, V naught is 0. So the inductor voltage, when this chopper is on, then this EMF will charge the inductor. By flowing a current in the anti-clockwise direction, it will charge the inductor. So what we will say, L di by dt inductor charges. Inductor will charge. And when your chopper is off, when it is off from dt up to t, then V naught is Vs. In that case, L di by dt will be EA minus IARA minus Vs, which will be negative, and inductor will discharge. That means when chopper is on, it will take the energy from EMF, and when the chopper becomes off and the diode becomes on, it will release that energy. It will release that energy to the supply, or you can say to a DC source. It will release its energy to a DC source. And guys, if I ask you what is the maximum and the minimum speed, when we talk about the maximum speed, you can say alpha is 0. From this expression, you will tell me and when we talk about minimum speed, you keep alpha equal to 1. It is IARA by K phi. So based on this expression for the speed of the motor, you can also judge the maximum and the minimum speed that can be obtained during this type B chopper operation, or you can say during regenerative braking. So now friends, we have to talk about AC drives. AC drive means the power electronic converter driving induction motor, driving your induction motor. Okay, because in synchronous motor what happens, the speed of the synchronous motor is always ns. So we don't talk about driving a synchronous motor, but we definitely talk about driving an induction motor, because here we need the variable speed. Now what are the advantages and drawback of this AC drive? Okay, let us see. What are advantages and disadvantages? So now, for same rating, AC motors are lighter. Okay, that means if you take a DC motor and an induction motor of the same rating, then weight of induction motor will be less. Weight of induction motor will be less. AC motor needs less maintenance. Why? Because in DC motor, due to commutation, due to sparking, you need to regularly replace the parts of the DC motor. AC motors have lesser cost. Okay, they are cheaper as compared to your DC motor, and they can also work in hazardous environment. What hazardous environment? Like petrochemical industry. Why? Listen carefully. In DC motor, we often experience sparking. That is due to commutation. But if that motor is working in a petrochemical industry, it can burn the entire industry to ashes. If that spark reaches the petrochemical material, then you can understand what may happen. So operation of DC machine in such hazardous areas is not recommended. What are the drawbacks? Speed control is complicated. Speed control of induction motor is not as simple as the speed control of a DC motor. Okay, then power converters are expensive. The converter that you will use, it may be a AC voltage regulator, it may be an inverter, that is more expensive as compared to rectifier or a chopper. Okay, power converter. Generate harmonics and reduce quality of supply. Okay, because you are running the motor on a AC supply, so if these harmonics are entering that AC supply, then definitely your quality of the supply will be degraded. Now let us start and talk about induction motor drive. I have told you AC drive mainly involves induction motor because in synchronous we don't talk about driving the motor, it rotates always at a constant speed. It does not rotate at a variable speed. Okay. Now what are the methods that we have to study in this induction motor drive? I'll cover some methods today and some methods I'll cover tomorrow. So the first method is your stator voltage control. The first method is your stator voltage control. Second, stator frequency control. Stator voltage and frequency control. I'll cover the first two methods in this lecture and the rest of the methods we will see in the next lecture. Stator current control. And if possible guys, before the next lecture, try and see the speed control of induction motor. Static rotor resistance control. Okay. And slip energy recovery control. So these are the methods that we'll associate with power electronic, and we'll try and drive the induction motor by means of a power electronic converter. That power converter might be your AC voltage regulator or it might be an inverter. So first let me talk about the stator voltage control. Stator voltage control. In stator voltage control, what we are doing, if you see the diagram on your screen, we have connected AC voltage regulator in all the three phases. This is AC voltage regulator. It can change the amplitude of the AC voltage. It can change the RMS value of the AC voltage, and this we will study later on, so don't worry about it. Okay, so what does AC voltage regulator do? ACVR takes a fixed AC voltage and generates a variable RMS value at output. So it can vary based on the firing angle. It can vary the RMS value of the output voltage, and we have connected 3 such converter. One converter in each phase. One converter in each phase. Now the expression of torque in an induction motor, let me write it. 3 by omega s V1 square R2 dash by S, and I remember it more accurately. Why? Because right now actually I am dealing with machines on the plus classes. R1 plus R2 dash by S square X1 plus X2 dash square. Okay, that is the torque. Now if you see, this torque is proportional to V1 square. That means as we change firing angle of thyristor, V1 changes and T changes. Okay guys, that is how we can change the torque by changing the voltage at the stator terminal. By changing the voltage at the stator terminal. Now my friend, you might already be knowing the torque speed characteristic of an induction motor, but here what I have done is I have drawn the speed versus torque. So you know this curve, but I have drawn in the opposite manner. That is, I have exchanged the x and the y axis. X and the y axis. So if your k is 1, that is what I am saying is, if the voltage here is V1, but the voltage here is kV1, we can't increase the value of the voltage above the rated value. So stator voltage must always be less than the rated voltage, and therefore K must be less than 1. K must be less than 1. Are you getting my point? So if K equal to 1, the voltage at the stator terminal is rated, and if K equal to 0.5, the voltage at the stator terminal is rated voltage upon 2. Okay. And since torque is proportional to the voltage across the stator square, when K is 0.5, torque becomes initial value by 4. So torque will be reduced. If torque is reduced, you guys can see this. The torque is on the x-axis, so you can see that the torque has reduced. The torque has moved to the left, or you can say the torque has reduced. So torque is reduced at all the points, or at all speed. Torque gets reduced. Now what is the application of such a scheme? What are the applications that we can see? The application of such a scheme is fan, blower, and centrifugal pump. Fan, blower, and the centrifugal pump. These are the applications of this 3-phase induction motor drive using AC voltage regulator. Let us move to the next method. The next method is called as stator frequency control. That is, we will control the frequency that is being applied at the stator terminal. So we'll change the frequency of the source. We'll change the frequency of the source. Now the voltage at the stator terminal is given as 4.44 F N1 kW1 pi. Kw is the winding factor. Kw is the winding factor. Now, if V1 is constant and F is reduced, if V1 is constant and F is reduced, so the flux proportional to V1 by F increases and your machine saturates. Now saturation in any electrical machine, guys, is very undesirable part. So we don't want the machine to saturate. Okay. And due to increase in flux, your core losses will increase. And efficiency will also decrease. Therefore, in frequency control, what we do is V1 remains at V rated and F is increased beyond the rated value. F is increased above the rated value. So when frequency increases above the rated value, the flux proportional to V by F, proportional to V by F will decrease because you are increasing the frequency. And also the synchronous speed, that is 120 F by P, will increase. As you increase the frequency, the synchronous speed will increase. What about the current? The current is nothing but voltage divided by impedance. So let me divide the voltage by impedance. I am ignoring the stator resistance, or you can say I am ignoring the stator impedance. Okay. So at low slip, or let me keep it at S. So here what I have done is I have ignored stator impedance. So those of you who have gone through machines will understand it very clearly that most of the times we do ignore the stator impedance. Now in this case, how do we write the torque? The torque is nothing but 3 by omega s I2 square R2 by S. If you substitute the value of I2 square, it will be V1 square R2 by S square plus X2 square into R2 by S into R2 by S. What about the slip for maximum torque? The slip for maximum torque is R2 by X2. It is inversely proportional to frequency. So as frequency increases, this SMT decreases. What about the maximum torque, guys? The maximum torque is always given like this. So if omega s will have a frequency, x2 will also have a frequency. So it is inversely proportional to frequency square. So again, as frequency increases, the maximum torque decreases. So SMT will decrease, the maximum torque will decrease, but synchronous speed increases. So see here, if this is at F1, F2, F3, F4, then as you can see the synchronous speed is continuously increasing, we can say that the frequency increases and you can see the maximum torque. If we plot the maximum torque, you can see the maximum torque is continuously reducing. Now how can you change the frequency, everybody? How can you do it? By means of an inverter. In an inverter, if we change the time of switching, the time period of the switching, then we can change the frequency. So now my friends, we have covered two methods: voltage control by a AC voltage regulator, frequency control by means of an inverter, and the rest of the methods we'll discuss in the next class. And my friends, many new batches have been launched on Unacademy. So if you want to study live, if you want to get a good gate rank, then it is high time that you decide upon it and you join Unacademy as soon as possible. For any queries, just message me. Just message me on Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook and Instagram handle is SSGIIT. And to get more free content, follow my Telegram channel. You will find it just by my name, Ankit Goyal AIR1, or you can write as a Telegram link. Which I'll give soon. So for Unacademy subscription, you have to go to unacademy.com and choose GATE and ESE. Then click on Get Subscription. Then these are the plans displayed. So my friend, the best choice, the most trending, which is the most selling or the best seller, is 1 year and 2 year. For those who are preparing for GATE 21, choose this 1 year. For GATE 22, choose the 2-year plan. So this plan will only cost you 1 year rupees 60 per day, and 2 year is still cheaper, rupees 40 per day, in which you get everything like test series, doubt solving, and all the top educators of the country. And my friends, if you apply this coupon code AnkitKR10, which is my code, which means you are supporting me on Unacademy, then you get 10% discount. So you get this plan at rupees 54 per day and this plan at rupees 36 per day. Okay. So you can either pay by credit, debit card, EMI or net banking. And you also get HDFC debit card EMI at 0% interest on Unacademy website. And please subscribe to this channel, share this video as much as possible to let others also know about the free initiative that Team Creatrix, Team Unacademy is bringing for you. And guys, please hit the bell icon so that you are updated for any new video that is being uploaded on our channel. So I'll see you tomorrow and we'll study more about AC drives. Thank you.